We know that a lot of these episode titles are based off of Jay-Z songs, right? When it comes to Reasonable Doubt. But there's one song in particular that I always love between him and Beyonce called On the Run. And we see that in this episode with Shanelle and a special someone. What's up, y'all? And welcome to the Lawrence Report, tonight's broadcast discussing episode 3 of Reasonable Doubt on Hulu. And man, oh man, what a plot twist. What a plot twist this episode right here gave us. I was not expecting what I saw in this episode for all of this to happen. But before we get started, it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys hit the subscribe button, like, and please do not forget to comment as well. Let's talk about Reasonable Doubt episode 3, y'all. Let's get into it. So on this episode right here, we see Shanelle. Shanelle has, killed her husband. Unfortunately, her husband was abusive. And now there's a big amount of money that's missing. And Shanelle is officially on the run. But she's not on the run by herself. Now, we see this episode right off the bat. Jackson, one of her friends, this was the friend that put up the house, right? They are at this safe, right? And it is word that this safe right here basically is the last known location where Shanelle was located, right? And I hate this so much for Jax because she's torn apart in this episode, just like the previous episodes. But we gotta realize that this is her friend, right? And you'll do anything and everything for your friend. We saw what her other friend did when it came to her putting up the house, right? And that was a complete fiasco because we didn't know all the intangibles of what Shanelle did. So it turns out while Shanelle was at the safe, she was with somebody else. And it turned out to be the one and only Adrian. Keep in mind, this was Shanelle's ex-man. This is one of the ex-man's best friends right here. So now, we're wondering, did Shanelle plan all of this right here? I think she planned it, but she did not expect for it to go left like this right here. Like she probably was like, listen, I can't take no more of these beatings. Like I've got to do something. And it just went so bad. So now her and Adrian, they're on the run. They got this money, right? Chanel's having second thoughts. And when it comes to Corey Cash, right? Morris Chestnut character, and Jax, they're still bumping heads because Corey Cash wants to know, do you still want to be a lawyer or do you want to be a friend at the same time? Like, which one do you want to be? Because for Jax, she's going left and right about it. She's like, well, this is my friend, but at the same time, I had to be the lawyer, right? And for Corey Cash, it seemed like he didn't have no heart immediately, right? That's what we thought. But it turns out, speaking of Corey Cash, I'll talk about him briefly. He kind of needs this case right here to help him, get over the top and be a household name, right? He even goes on a social media post talking about the situation with Shanelle, domestic violence, things of that nature right there, right? And he's helping a former, well, he's still helping a woman who he's working with by the name of Isabella. And, Isabella, things didn't go right for her. So Corey's like, listen, I'm going to fight this thing tooth and nail. We're going to get clemency. It's going to happen, right? But Corey needs this Shanelle case to basically launch him into the national spotlight. So I'm wondering, can we trust Corey Cash? Y'all let me know down in the comments. But getting back to Jax, right? Jax is stressed. I felt bad for her. But they did end up getting up with Shanelle and Adrian because, they kind of like planned this thing together. That's why they call the title On the Run. And they literally was on the run, right? And in the end, we do know this right here. When they do end up catching Shanelle, right? Shanelle felt like, she kind of felt a certain type of way when it came to her case and when it came to her basically passing her case off to Corey. She felt like as if Jax wasn't strong enough or capable enough to handle the case. And I think, for Shanelle, she felt some type of way about this right here, about the case. And not to mention, Shanelle basically kind of felt like, you passed this case on to Corey Cash because you felt like, you know, you feel like you didn't have the confidence to win this case alone. So we see, basically Jax and Shanelle, they're in the cell talking. Jax is saying, listen, I'm gonna do everything in my power to help you, get out and do those things of that nature. But Shanelle just wasn't confident in Jax at the end of the day. And she felt like she had nowhere to turn to. Like, taking the money and going on the run was really her best avenue. That's what she thought, but I don't believe that was the best situation for Shanelle. And later we end up seeing that, Corey and Jax have a conversation. And Jax is like, listen, I want to join the team, and I want you to basically lead the way in a nutshell, right? But I don't know if we can truly trust Corey Cash. Only time will tell, right? And of course, at the end, also, there is a conversation with Jax and Lewis, and Lewis is like, listen, when it comes to this case right here, you're going to take it on, but we also going to take it on as a family, because Jax is like, well, I've really been around the kids. How are they doing? Because she's been so focused on this case right here, right? And Lewis basically, confronts her and let her know that as a team, as a couple, we are going to, it's not only you taking on this case, but it's also us as a partnership. So I was happy to see Lewis show her love, step up, and let her know that she is not alone. As far as Adrian ends up getting out of jail, right? I guess he got a bond, he got out. But there is like a bad guy with him. We don't know exactly who this figure is, but he wants to get his money because Adrian owes him. So they end up taking a ride, and that's how the episode ends right there. Reasonable Doubt. So a lot of twists and turns. Episode 4, I got a feeling it's gonna be another banger. Only time will tell. We're gonna see. I'm loving this series right here wholeheartedly. It's a great legal drama that it just makes you think. It just makes you think, like, what would you do if your friend was going through something, like Shanelle, right? So please do not forget to comment. Please do not forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you for tuning into the Lawrence Report.